Hey, welcome here. Let's do this.
What a small surprise.
This is my
It's a
current
mini
event.
Yeah. In this week's episode of Not a Strong Start, it's just going to be a current event episode. So rather than doing a current event, we're just going to do a current event all the way through, have open discussion, and make this one a little bit fun. So since Chuck's current event is Minnie, why don't you go ahead and give us an update about your life? How's life going? He doesn't want to give an answer now. He's like,
I've had a rough week.
Really? Okay. Well, let's try to brighten it up a little bit, man.
Wait, so
let the fans know that you got harassed and threatened to be killed by someone. That's cool, dude, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink since last Saturday.
Nice.
I did not handle a situation very well.
I told you, dude. Minnie was like a few months ago, like, damn, Chuck, like, I don't know, man, nothing's really going on in my life. Got nothing going on. And then I'm with the usher me, and I'm like, watch this. And then I gave him a few things to do, and exciting life now.
Yeah, I regret everything that happened.
So Chuck gave you bad advice. Shocker.
No,
It wasn't
he
really
wanted
advice. It was just people that he was bringing into my life.
He said verbatim, I don't have a lot of excitement going on. Your life has been damn fucking exciting the last few months, Mike. Gotta be honest. You didn't say good or bad.
Not in a good way. It's been exciting, yeah, but not like good exciting.
You gotta be more specific, okay? Because you just said no excitement.
Getting in a car accident is exciting, but not good exciting.
Not at all.
Chuck is like, you ever seen the movie Wishmaster?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
That's Chuck. It's like, all right, I'll give you your wish, but it might not turn out the way you want it.
I like the fucking monkey's paw, dude. You just, you want to wish? Okay.
You say lick the monkey's paw?
Yeah.
No,
he's
like
gonna
the
lick
monkey's paw.
I mean, why are you just gonna hold it? You might as well lick it, right?
I'll do something with it.
And that's a great quote to say to every beginning of a date.
Yeah.
Just lick it a little bit.
Something's gonna happen.
Kiss.
Either what you ask for, or you're gonna get slapped in the face. Either way, there will be physical contact.
Yeah.
So Chuck, when you said you brought Minnie as your current event, I thought you brought Minnie in so he can say the current events for you.
No, he's my current event.
Yeah. That's why we dipped right into his life. And
I was like, Chuck outsources current events.
Yeah, I outsource everything, dude.
That's what I was gonna say. He outsources everything, man. Dude, even when we went to the horror fest, right? The comet, what is it? Horror Con, I think. Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
You bought a Chucky doll and paid your buddy $20 to hold it for you the entire time.
Yeah.
Who does that? Who
I
does
do.
that? Chuck does.
I outsource everything, dude.
He outsources everything, man. He likes impacting everybody's lives around him, for better or for worse. Usually it's for worse.
Usually for worse.
For worse. But hey, all right. Let's go to an actual current event this time. So, Jose, you want to start it off for us?
They actually did an interview with George R.R. Martin regarding his books and the endings. Mm-hmm. And he was stating that the endings of his books are going to be way different from what we saw in the show. And part of the reason why he's taking so long is because as he's writing it, he's coming up with certain story aspects that are making him having to go back and completely change everything else that he wrote because he's creating plot holes pretty much. And that's why it's taking so long. He's having to rewrite, restart. But he said it's going to be completely different than what we saw on the show. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
So he basically tested it out, saw that it was such bad negative flack. So now he's going back and trying to fix it, right? So got it.
The show basically gave him a mulligan and it was like, okay, well, that fucked up. So I better go in a different direction.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got thoughts?
Bran ending up on the throne was the worst fucking decision they ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why when they announced Kit Harington is returning, you know, for a Jon Snow series, I'm like, well, of course they're trying to right their wrongs.
Yeah.
But for the record, I'm absolutely gonna watch that, and I think this is the right move. Whereas normally I'm not pro this kind of stuff because it feels like, man, you're just trying to undo what you messed up. Game of Thrones was so awesome for the first 5.5 seasons. They screwed it up so bad at the end that it left such a bad sour taste in my mouth. So even if I go back to rewatch it, I know how it's gonna end. You know what I mean? So they kind of needed to do this. So
do you rewatch it? Have you seen it again after
I
it
have
ended?
I have not since it's been, because again, I know where it's ending, and it's like everything that they kept setting up that I was hoping for, and even a lot of stuff that they were setting up, they never went back to. So
Yeah.
they didn't take advantage of it. So it feels like a waste, man. It feels like it got blue balled.
Do you guys?
Yeah, no, I've rewatched it. Yeah,
I started
it's,
rewatching season 1.
Is it better? Like, did you guys like it more? Did you guys like it less, or the same status quo?
It's not as bad when it's a little bit the opposite for you. It's not as bad because I know how it's gonna end, so I'm not disappointed. You know, I kind of just roll with it, and I still enjoy the beginning seasons, the first 4 or 5, way more. And then as I realize as I get towards like the last, I'm kind of fast forwarding, look some shit here and there, and kind of just, you know. But it sucked, you know. But what are you gonna do? You know, so.
I feel it's similar to The Office. Like, you know, when it gets bad after Steve Carell left, but the first seasons when he's still there, you can still rewatch it even though you know he's going to leave. So you can still watch season up to season 4 or 5 and it still be good. And then it's like, all right, well, I don't need to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Jose?
Do you guys think that? No, I haven't rewatched at all. I don't think I will rewatch. I mean, with The Office, like I get it, but that's more of a comedy, so you always have jokes to kind of laugh at. You know, you can even watch the episodes randomly and doesn't have to be in order and still enjoy it. Yeah. So I don't see myself rewatching the Game of Thrones. But like, do you guys think this book will ever be finished at all? I mean, he's not a young buck.
No, because it's supposed to be what, 8 or 7 books? 8 books?
I think he has 2 left. I want to
say
I read that somewhere.
And I think he has 2 more. And at the rate that what people forget is that this guy started writing these in the 80s. So the fact that you're this far ahead time-wise, I don't think he's gonna finish, man. I think what he's trying to do is maybe finish this book and have a clear treatment where the story's going. And if he ends up passing, then they at least have where the story somehow they can release something. I don't know, but
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, I think Game of Thrones is going to be similar to the Star Wars writing. Like, there's so much history and lore that he's created that the story is never going to be fully complete.
Okay, here's one that I have a current event that I want to. It's more of an idea. So, with the what is it, Minions, the Rise of Gru, it opened up and had an opening weekend of $107 million. A lot of the hype around it has been off of that TikTok trend, you know, where you see a bunch of the dudes dressing up in suits and they're going to these
little
movies.
Fuckers, dude.
They're fuckers, man. But here's the crazy thing dude. And then even Morbius suffered because they were releasing memes, right? That was kind of bashing it. So people weren't going to watch it, whereas maybe they would have given it a chance. So memes are starting to affect studio money, movies that are coming out. How do you guys see that really affecting a lot of things? Because it's TikTok clearly has affected music. You have a lot of songs that normally wouldn't be getting popular. They're getting popular because of dances. And you even have entertainers, artists that are releasing music with TikTok dancing in mind. And that's the way that they're releasing this music. Now they're starting to kind of do something with movies. How do you guys think that's going to affect the industry? How do you think they can possibly change movies to, in a way, sort of incorporate the TikTok way of releasing it?
I mean, it's definitely going to affect it. It's another form of marketing, and all marketing is going to have an effect, or even lack of marketing has an effect on it. And this is just one new way to get the movie out there. And as with the 2 examples you give, it can affect the movie negatively, although I doubt that is what hurt Morbius There's plenty of other reasons that Morbius might have suffered.
Give us two, Jose.
So
Give us two.
yeah.
Give us two, please.
I don't know. Maybe amazing storytelling. It was so good that people couldn't handle it. And then the holy grail of visuals that it was able to provide us, just you completely flabbergasted people to the point that they had to market low. Any of those things. But that's negative impact. And then you mentioned the group was a positive impact. So like with everything else, the studios and creators are gonna have to adapt, especially if they want to market to a younger generation. So if their demographic is an older generation, then it doesn't matter what the hell they do with memes or social media as much. But if they want to get those 30-something, 20-something teens, even below 10 years old, if it's like a cartoon or something, animated movie, they need to use those resources.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Minnie? What do you think?
Why can't they just make good movies? No, I mean, it's it's coming down to the point where going to the movies is going back to being an event. After Endgame, like no movie has matched the event status that Endgame had.
Yeah.
There's no reason to spend $20 to go see a movie because movie theaters aren't offering anything special right now. You can wait a month and then just watch it on Disney Plus or HBO or Netflix. Like the cost of a ticket, whatever marketing problems or marketing ingenuity that they have in the future, like movies need to be an event again. And until they match that spectacle, like the spectacle matches that cost.
like I'm just thinking about these families that are taking these their 5-6-year-old kid, and these fuckheads are wearing their suits, yelling, smoking,
eating bananas.
Bullshit.
They're bringing all these bananas and shit. It's like, what? Who came up with this idea, and why are they all just doing this?
One of my little cousins did it. He's this fucking guy, dude. He's a clown, and he's like 16, I think. And he posted himself in a suit, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing, dude? You're gonna watch Minions, bro?" And I'm like, "You're a fucking fool." And you know what? I wish I would have fucking known, like when it was happening, because I found out like 2 days late. Because I would have got those fucking stink bombs that we had for Monster Palooza. And I would have fucking thrown them in the fucking theater at these fuckers, dude.
On the streets, just nailing
$18 in the theater and fucking threw them at them, dude. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's just marketing and whatever works. But I don't know. I think it'll pass just like anything else.
Yeah, it could, but it could alter the way studios, like what type of projects they're picking on, because now they can do campy ones like Minions. Like as long as they make it trendy, we could be getting washed down versions, and they may not be spending the money like what Minnie was talking about quality good movies. Instead, how can we turn this into a TikTok? How can we make this trend? How can we catch it on? Because if they're marketing these movies towards the experience of a theater, I mean, dude, Minions opened up at 107 million. Like, come on, man. Like, how much of that was based off of TikTok? Like this trend that they were doing. You know, a lot of them would have waited a little bit. People weren't dying and clamoring for a Minions 2. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know there was a fucking Minions 1.
Part of what's leading to this, sort of a catalyst, is the streaming services. Now with so many streaming services there is, and the amount of content that we're getting on a regular basis. I mean, between all the streaming services, every weekend at your disposal, you have tons and tons of movies and TV shows coming out. A lot of bad, a lot of things to sift through that even us as avid movie and TV show viewers, we miss a lot. You know, a lot of times we have to hear like, hey, this was good. And it's like, all right, I'll go check it out. Because it's impossible to just kind of sift through everything. We don't have that time. So I think that's also making these marketing things more important to bring attention and make certain projects stick out out of that huge amount of content that we're getting between the theater and streaming services on a weekly basis.
So I was reading that they gave the green light to Captain America 4 with Sam Wilson. The fuck's his name again? The dude?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, right? And so basically, he's getting that idea is getting a lot of blowback, and people are like kind of clamoring for like Chris Evans to be back. And then so he put it out there and tweeted, I think yesterday or today, like Sam Wilson is Captain America. Like he's not coming back. He's not coming back for that shit. So I guess just kind of want to know what your thoughts are on Sam Wilson as Captain America and moving forward without Chris Evans and whatnot. So
is it really Captain America 4 if it's an entirely different character? You know what I mean? Like, can they just rebrand it and call him something else? Like, I mean, I understand it's part of the comic books, or it's really like a part 1 of his version of it. So they can call it Captain America something, hyphen something. Yeah, something. It's just something to separate it, because I think it worked well as a TV show. I'm not hyped for the movie, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought the show was good. I didn't love the show. I like other Marvel shows more, but yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm I guess it just depends who, to be honest, like Chris Evans, Captain America, I'm like, cool, I'm in, I'll watch it. I don't know what it's about, whatever, I'm gonna watch it, right? But for this one, when you said it, like, yeah, I'll watch it, I'm like thinking, I'm gonna be pumped as like, depending on who he's fighting, like that, or who else is gonna come out in it. Like, I don't think I'm really gonna be watching it for Sam Wilson. Like, he's kind of like mid for me, you know what I mean? And I didn't like his fucking marshmallow suit either. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think?
First of all, regarding the movie itself, I mean, it's the mantle. Captain America is the mantle. Different people wear it, so it's like it makes sense that they're still calling it Captain America, and I'm sure that's just a temporary title. Just like the sequel was Captain America: Winter Soldier, it wasn't Captain America 2, so they'll probably add like something to it. I mean, America, me personally, Captain America, even Chris Evans one, was not a preferred character. I didn't mind Captain America; it was okay character, but like I liked Captain America: Winter Soldier for Winter Soldier, not for Captain America. There was other characters that I liked better. So I feel the same way with Sam Wilson being behind the mantle, as Steve Rogers was at this point in time when it comes to the movie. So it's not a huge difference for me because it was never one of my highly preferred characters in the MCU.
Marvel's kind of run its course. They don't have that big building event established right now. Like even to this point in phase 1, we knew Thanos was coming.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what they're leading up to. So now everything is just its own individual movie. And they're trying to connect it. They're leaving those little breadcrumbs, but they're not building an Avengers. They haven't established that like they did with the original solo movies. After the big team up, we had Thanos, so we knew that was coming down the line. So there's no team building. There's no big bad that they're leading to. Everything's its own individual property right now.
Yeah, I agree. And it feels like Sam Wilson very much feels like A-Train to me from The Boys. They're both dealing with the same racial representation of what they mean to the Black community. Because even when you have Sam Wilson go back and he goes to, the hood and he's talking to that older grandpa guy, the guy's telling him what it means and what it represents to represent the people, to represent their people, specifically their community. A-Train has had very similar conversations with his brother. And even when he was holding that whole, town meeting, whatever, the apology, that's what it feels like. It feels like they're both kind of getting the weight buried on them about you're supposed to carry this mantle. You're supposed to be the face that represents us. I just think Sam Wilson did it better. You know what I mean? I like his character more, but it doesn't necessarily mean I want to watch a whole movie of it. I thought the TV show, I'm cool with that. And it's actually cool that they approach and they touch that topic. I think that's cool because we don't see that represented in Marvel. They're all white-faced people all the time, all the superheroes. We have no Latino until finally we're getting, what is it, Blue Beetle, what's his name?
Blue Beetle, yeah.
Blue Beetle. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's DC. Yeah. See, we're not even getting into Marvel movie much yet either.
No, we just got this from Doctor Strange, the girl.
Yeah, exactly. America. And what's her superpower? The ability to jump borders.
Hey. The new Falcon's Hispanic.
Huh?
The new Falcon's Hispanic.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have his own show. You know what I'm saying? We're just side characters.
Oh, that one dude. That's right.
Yeah, Torres.
Yeah, but that's all we are. We're just side pieces to these superheroes. We don't have our own thing yet represented. So at least with Sam Wilson, at least we're getting people of color that's representing this. So that's why I'm on board.
You said jumping borders, illegally jumping borders, and everybody's trying to get her.
Yeah,
all these white people are after her.
La Migra, man, it's going right at her.
La Migra, aka Scarlet Witch. Yeah, no,
exactly.
I mean, I know what we're talking about right now, but would you have preferred Bucky as Captain America, or it didn't matter?
I like Bucky more, man, to be honest with you. But I think it's cool what's the idea behind Sam Wilson of having this black person represent Captain America. I think that's cooler. I just think his character in general is just a little vanilla. Now I gotta cut this out again. You're burying us in the ads, man. You're just stripping away our ads. He can't learn, Jose. He won't learn.
We've had a problem, Mike, where I've been kind of going off the rails a little bit, and we keep getting banned from YouTube.
Yeah. So if you notice, Manny, when you see our videos, we'll have 200, 300 views, and then we'll have some that hit 30 or 40 because he'll bury it. Like he'll say something where we get shocking content, and now we're not popping up on the hashtag. Our videos get buried. So it's like, here we go again.
Come on, dude. What do you want me to do?
So that, yeah, you mentioned how like Sam Wilson's Captain America is just a little like vanilla, but wasn't Steve Rogers too?
Sorry. Go ahead, Jose. I'm not gonna say shit, dude. Go.
I would say like that. You mentioned one of your problems with like Sam Wilson and Captain America is you felt he was too vanilla. But I feel like that is just Captain America because Steve Rogers himself is vanilla as fuck.
Yeah, he is. But he just has a little bit of a sauce to him. He's got a little bit of juice to him. I don't know what it is. That, or maybe at that point it's the actor themselves, because the Captain America franchise was awesome.
Is it the ass? It's America's ass. That's what gets you. That's
every
the
time.
difference.
Every time. No, I mean, he just kicks ass, man. Like Minnie, you love the franchise, right? Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about this transition to Sam Wilson?
There's going to be a black Captain America. Right now, it's going to be Sam Wilson. Who would you rather see? Sam Wilson's Captain America, or who is the old super soldier in the Falcon Winter Soldier series? That guy's version of Captain America.
Yeah, he would have been cool, man. Because he seemed more of a badass.
Yeah, because that one would have been around like Vietnam era.
Yep. That would have been cool to watch.
Would you have rather seen him go? Because obviously they're going to go through the whole racial tension and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather see Sam Wilson doing it in modern times or him going through it in the 60s with Vietnam?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Like that.
Because already you're giving me something different than what we're watching right now. Everything's based in modern time right now with Marvel. So to see that, way more interesting. The racial tensions can be more overt. You can really tackle that concept. The fact that you're in Vietnam, that would be fucking awesome to see too, man. I'd be all over that series. Hell yeah, I'd watch that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, very good point. Okay.
So then it's coming.
I get credit for that.
Yeah. So then it's coming. You don't get credit for that.
I just for bringing you, dude. You are my current event. Whatever he says,
why does he get credit
for?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
He's white.
Why, Chuck? Because he's white.
Yeah, he's vanilla. Yeah.
Wait, so
Mike's not even vanilla. Mike's like invisible. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Cut that out. Look it up.
Wait, dissolve. As we know, the next avatars are coming out, I think, starting towards the end of this year. They're actually going to be re-releasing the original Avatar in September back in theaters. Now, this is not the first time they do this. After in 2019, Endgame became the biggest grossing movie all time. A couple of years later, Avatar re-released to take the mantle again, re-released only in China, I believe, to take the mantle again. How do you guys feel about this re-releasing of these movies, especially to retake the top grossing movie when you already lost it?
Avatar sucked. I walked out on it, but go ahead.
It's a pointless pissing stone or whatever, pissing contest. Like, who the fuck cares if it's the highest grossing movie? Obviously, like with inflation, everything's different. In 5 years, when inflation jumps up, you're going to have a highest grossing movie that doesn't nearly sell as many tickets.
I think it's stupid. I see it in professional sports too. Like, someone's making 36 million a year, and the next dude signs a contract. He's like, I want to make 36.1 million. Just, I want to be the highest. It's stupid. It, like Minnie said, it's just like a pissing contest. And you, like I said, with inflation, does it even matter? Like, it should be like what sold the most tickets. You know, like, I think that would be, you know, a better meter for judging that. But anyways, absolutely. Dan, you have a rant?
Huh? Yeah, just a small one. But I feel the same way. Like, James Cameron, I love his movies. Obviously the man has a massive ego, right? Which is why he's able to sort of arm tackle his way back into getting the theaters twice now, just for that purpose, because he didn't do anything to the movie. I understood when George Lucas did it with Star Wars, and they did their visual effects and they updated the visual effects. They had a little bit of extra, I think, deleted scenes they had in it too. Avatar literally did nothing. He did it just to break the record, which is so stupid. Who cares? He cares, obviously, but we don't care. My biggest issue is, why are people going back to the movies to watch that movie? That movie wasn't that great, man. Wasn't that great.
I feel there was a reason why he only released it in China.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why did they go back and watch it? Why did China go back?
Yeah, he was like, there I can get people to watch it. Probably won't do well re-releasing in the States. But yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I feel like it's a pointless accomplishment. And then what if like Disney decides like, no, wait, we want on top. Let's re-release Endgame, and it just keeps going back and forth. But there's two that he's behind, and he's supposedly they're saying that he might not be directing 4 and 5. He might give it to someone else to take over the mantle. That's the rumor right now. But there's two that he's fully on board with.
Okay, and they're probably gonna suck. They're not gonna do well, because again, like,
did anybody like Avatar?
What made Avatar, since we're talking about it, the highest grossing movie of all time, was
IMAX.
It was the 3D.
First original.
It was a new revolutionary 3D using the new 3D cameras. It was the technology was what drove it, not the story, not the acting. It was all the visual effects and how they filmed it. Now, we're close to 15 years later. What's going to be the draw for the new Avatars?
Yeah, I mean, when it first came out, I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool to watch. It reminded me of Ferngully, the exact damn near the same storyline. But then throughout the years, I don't go back to it. When I rewatched it, I'm like, man, it's really not. I don't know, And I saw the trailer for the new one. I don't care. I have zero interest in it. I'm not going to watch it in theater at all. I'll watch it, streaming, but yeah, I'm good, man. And to give us 5 of these movies, like, why? And didn't they even build like an Avatar land somewhere, like in one of the theme parks, right?
I think Disney. Yeah.
I think
part Disney, of like the Animal Kingdom or something like that, I think.
Yeah, over in Disney World. But why, man? Off of one movie? Like,
you would think they'd be like
depressed. Yeah, because the Avatar doesn't exist in real life. Like, what's that?
Na'vi or
something? Is it Naboo?
No, what's Naboo? Star Wars, man. That's Star Wars.
Star Wars sucks too.
The planet was Pandora. Right?
You suck.
We're just going 30 minutes of us just screaming back and forth. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. Sorry, Minnie. Go ahead.
We cut off Jose again. Sorry, Jose.
Oh, was it
no,
Jose?
You cut off Minnie.
Yeah, Minnie.
Oh, you're saying the planet in Avatar was Pandora.
Yeah, but their species was called what? The Na'vi or something, I think, right?
Maybe. Yeah, Na'vi sounds right.
Na'vi, right?
Oh, Pandora, so. Right.
Pandora's box.
It's like the music people
that's a box that
they don't pay for. Yeah.
That one. Yes. All right. So okay.
Good one, Jose.
So I have a new current event. So as you guys heard, they have a Squid Game reality show that they're gonna do. Right. So they're gonna have like real contestants participate in Squid Game type games, and for money on the line. My question to you guys is, which fictional character do you think would crush it in Squid Games, but they can't have superpowers? So if you pick a superpowered person, cool, but they can't use superpowers while they're in the game. Who would you guys pick?
Batman. He already doesn't have superpowers.
Exactly. Good.
Bruce Wayne.
He can't have his gadgets though, right? Still Bruce Wayne, like Batman, but yeah, he doesn't have his gadgets.
Okay, MacGyver.
Okay.
Doesn't he have gadgets? Oh, MacGyver.
He makes everything out of like
he makes them, yeah.
Rubber band, toothpick, and glue.
Okay. MacGyver. Okay, how about you two guys?
Jason Bourne.
Okay. How about you, Chuck?
Fuck, you guys picked like good ones, dude. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Pick Kevin McAllister. Go ahead and pick Kevin McAllister or somebody random.
Kevin McAllister.
Chuck chooses Tyrese.
Yeah.
No.
I got one.
Were you gonna say Bruce?
I was gonna say Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Willis. Bruce Lee, man.
No, I was gonna.
It's not a fictional character.
Huh? Yeah.
You say Bruce Lee?
Enter the Dragon, then. There you go. His character in Enter the Dragon. Any one of his movies. Pick a character from any one of his movies.
All right, I got Ethan Hunt.
Okay.
Cool. What the fuck? This is the second time you guys did this to me. I fucking say something and you guys don't say shit.
You want some grand reaction?
That's why I
thought-provoking.
Like, oh, dope, Ethan Hunt. Why didn't I fucking think of that? Or Mike
we didn't say
Hunt.
anything to Jay. He said Jason Bourne, and we're like, okay. I was like, I get it. Yeah, Ethan Hunt, I get it. Yeah. Right.
On Burgundy, I just saw that.
So David Arbour from Stranger Things is the newest thing that he's in.
Also played Hellboy.
I thought he was the guy that came out in the first 2 minutes of Suicide Squad.
What?
What?
No, he's right. David Arbour was in the first Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's what I know him from.
So, he's been in so many things, and you remember
that's what I know him from.
Obscure screen in a terrible movie. Well, David Arbour came out recently, and he was talking about acting. And while talking about acting, the topic of method acting came out. And he was speaking on how he thinks it's silly and he's against it. And not only silly, it can be very dangerous. And he actually named, what's his name? From There Will Be Blood.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes, he actually named Daniel Day-Lewis by name when he was given an example of that and speaking against method acting. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, Daniel Day-Lewis is a much better actor than David Arbour, so
give me the blood, Eli.
Yeah, well, he gave him a respect, and he said he's a great actor. He was speaking more against method acting itself, talking about how the whole concept is silly, that you don't need to go that far to be a good actor, and it's dangerous.
See, I think you can't tell an artist how to do their art, and Daniel Day-Lewis, Christian Bale. They're phenomenal actors. Shia LaBeouf, but they're phenomenal actors, man. Even Marlon Brando, like if that's what works for them, even if there was a line in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where the little girl's like, oh, I don't eat right before my scene, and Leonardo DiCaprio's like, well, why? She's like, because even if it makes me just 1% better, I'm better. It's kind of that concept. So even if David Harbour feels like he doesn't have to, maybe he'd give a little bit of a better performance if he did do method acting. I don't know. But he's also never really had characters that was, at least to my knowledge, to the how deep Christian Bale and, you know, how conflicted Christian Bale and Daniel Day-Lewis go, you know what I mean, with their characters. I haven't seen that yet, him do a character like that.
Chuck him out in Suicide Squad.
No, I'm good.
So I think there has to be a limit, and some people will take it too far, which I think is mostly what I don't know what the quote exactly was of the conversation, but I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, is people taking it too far. Like Jared Leto, he takes his method acting ridiculously too far. But then there's people like Heath Ledger. He method acted as the Joker, but when he was off set, he was no longer that character. It was only when he was on set in costume getting ready to go on.
There is a thing about going too much, but there's also good and bad method acting, right? Not all method acting is the same. So Jared Leto deciding he's going to send dead rats to his castmates, that's stupid method acting. Like, who's to say the Joker would really do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could argue, oh, sure, he'd do that. It's like, yeah, but he didn't have to. Heath Ledger was able to still do the Joker and grab that performance. And his acting is so much better than Jared Leto. So it could also just be on the actor themselves. Some of them just don't interpret their character properly.
If you guys are in the director's seat or the producer's seat of a movie, is a brilliant performance by a lead actor worth the possibility of a toxic work environment that they create with their method acting? Would you allow it to keep going because the performance is coming out brilliant? Or would you sacrifice that brilliant performance to create a better environment for everyone else?
I think whatever creates a better movie is what I'm going to go with. If there's a toxic environment, but like everybody's still doing their job and the movie's coming out great on top of that performance, I'm going to roll with it. You know, if I shut down this great performance and then in turn that kind of affects everything else, and then the movie ends up being shitty, then what was the point? You know, I it's different. I know Dan's like directed like movies, but like I'm equating it to like sports. Like, no one has to get along. I have people on my team who are fucking nutcases and throwing shit, yelling, but we're not there to be friends. We're there to fucking win, you know? And I'm not going to tell some dude, calm the fuck down. And then their energy goes down and we need that dude to like win the game. And then we fucking lose, but everybody was fucking happy and everybody was comfortable, but we fucking lost. I wouldn't do it that way. So
I would say it depends on the type of movie that I'm making. If it's just going with recent examples, if it's Suicide Squad, that movie's not going to win any fucking awards. You just want that movie to be enjoyable. You don't need a star-studded performance for a movie like that. So if somebody's creating a toxic environment, just fucking get rid of them. But if it's like a movie like There Will Be Blood, and that's going to get an awards, it's got the script and you need the talent, you need the performance, then I'll probably find a way to make it work. But I think it depends on the movie and the expectations of the movie. Big blockbuster movie, you don't need that fucking ego. You don't need that star-studded performance. You just need it to be enjoyable and you need it to look like people are having fun doing it. Oscar-worthy movie, I'll make some sacrifices and try to make it work.
Yeah. So for me, absolutely, man, I'm going to take the performance every time. I want the best quality possible. Hitchcock and Kubrick are known for being somewhat like method directors, meaning they purposely tortured and terrorized their actors or actresses to get better performances, and their movies are amazing. I wouldn't go to the extent of like trauma, you know what I mean, where you go too much, but absolutely I want the best performance, because people aren't going to really remember the set life 7 years from now, but you're always going to remember the movie. All you'll remember is, oh man, that guy was a dick. Jose was such a dick on set. It's like, but that's really it. They're not going to remember too much about how they were feeling, again, unless it's too traumatizing. But I'll take the art all day.
I feel like I'm the only one on the other end of this. Is it may be a brilliant performance, but if it's creating a toxic environment where the ripple effects and the collateral damage can actually expand beyond that performance, or even affect other people's performance. So maybe you have one brilliant performance and then some okay performances where you could have had a less brilliant performance and a bunch of good performances because everyone is kind of getting into their own stuff. But you run the risk of it, at least I think, affecting other people's performances if they're kind of thrown off. You know, crews can bring that with them onto other sets. They're always going to remember in that aspect. And then if you as a director or producer allow that to happen, especially these days, then there's the legal ramifications if someone decides that, you know what, I need to speak up because they just allowed this to happen. And then that can affect that person's career. There's too much risk in because you don't know how it's going to affect every piece of people on set. And it just takes one person to really be negatively affected emotionally or traumatically for the whole shit to fall apart. You end up with a great movie, but then all these other consequences. So there's a fan called Kai Patterson who took the whole Obi-Wan series and actually edited into a 2.5-hour movie. I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly he went in, cut a lot of the fat out of it and kind of streamlined it where it was a better experience for some of the people who said they had watched it. I haven't seen it yet, but you know, what are your thoughts on, you know, fans doing things like that, creating content and kind of changing it to their vision? And it's that something that, you know, especially, you know, Dan, you've directed, you've created, you've edited. Is that something where original creators or studios should step in a little bit more or kind of allow fans creativity with their final products?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a great like homage. If somebody likes my work enough to sit down and re-edit it, I think that's pretty cool, man. It's art's open interpretation. You know, people perceive things differently. And I know Star Wars in particular has been a franchise that a lot of fans have recut stuff and they make it cool and they make it interesting. And I think they should encourage that because it gets more eyes on it. So even if the studio has like that version floating around, you want that. People are going to watch it. People are going to talk about it. They're going to go back and rewatch your original property. It's almost like free advertisement. So I think it's cool. I think it's respectful. You know, it means somebody took the time, they cared enough about it to reimagine it. So I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. You know, and I don't, you know, I'm kind of on Star Wars, but I feel like the ones that were good were the ones that were created by fans, like where the directors, the producers were fans of the material. And that's when I feel like you got really good product because they were actually fans. They grew up loving Star Wars and whatnot. So for someone to like go and like re-edit like the whole thing of Obi-Wan, I'm like, that's cool. It's probably better. I would imagine it was.
But I feel the pros outweigh the cons. I think a company like Disney, even if it's all pros, they won't allow it just because Disney is Disney.
Yeah.
But, you know, you've got the aspect of where maybe you give more attention to the original show. So that can be a pro. Another thing for the creator themselves, that's kind of an audition. Like if they cut it up in the way and like they see it and they're like, hey, actually that's pretty good. You know, we wouldn't mind bringing on another editor for the show.
Yep.
And then on top of that is if it's good and viewers are enjoying it, what's the problem?
Yeah. Again, it's art, man. And I think that's kind of what the idea behind that is. You have franchises or product, which is what Disney sometimes sees. Like this is a product, right? We're making this product, we're selling it to the consumerism. But sometimes you have film where it's just it's an art piece. And sometimes art, you know, you interpreted things differently, like a play. You cast different actors that come in and reimagine the characters, and you're watching different performances. It doesn't have to be every time I go and I watch, what is it, Willie Loomis, Death of a Salesman, it's going to be played exactly the same. Like, give me different versions of this. And it makes it interesting, man. I'm a fan of that. Thank you again for watching us. You can find us on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. You can find us at Not a Strong Start. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter at Not a Strong Start. I'm your host, Ron Burgundy, King_Sangre.
Clark Kent. You can see me at This Is Mi Nombre.
Mike, last name Hunt. Don't find me anywhere.
He breathes.
I'm Minnie. I just show up out of nowhere.
He drops in. And he had a bad week, but he's going to have a better week, right? Because every time you have a bad week, usually rebounds. Let's get a better week.
Can you add in a doorbell when he comes in?